Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Hi guys, Squirrel here. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter has finally released. I'm so excited to be playing this game. If you watched my my preview of this, you'll know that I'm going to skim through most of this start bit, the bit that we did in the preview. We can go all the way up to the dam in the preview, so after that is all brand new. This is a Let's Play series, so I'm going to play through this.
Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
So the demo took us all the way over there, which is where the dam is. I don't know if you remember this or not, but essentially we're playing a paranormal character, detective dude, and this is his thoughts. Accident, murder, crankshaft, what's all that about? Fresh scratches, recently used. So he's kind of put it, this is what he's thinking. And when we see that, if we move around, it will get wider when we're looking the wrong way, and it will narrow down when we get close and we hold the button down, and it reveals something. And in this case it's a crankshaft, which is by the water down there. If we hold it long enough, we get a clue from the viewpoint. There you go, a view of the dam behind a rock. We need to find that, because that is going to start this thing up. What is the significance of this thing? Well, if we go further down here, there's a murder scene. And our detective is going to piece it all back together again. So here we go. First clue. It's cut on one side, untied one side, tied on the other, but there's no blood. Which kind of suggests that if somebody was tied up here, they got away, they didn't get killed, and maybe they got away because that side wasn't tied properly. Yet more clues. Blood. Legs. Where's the rest of the corpse? It's a good question. There's a blood trail. Was the victim dragged away? Did he crawl away? What did he do? Let's follow the blood trail. Ew, it looks so real. Ugh. And here's the corpse. If we inspect that, blood from legs, blood from something else. Fractured skull. Now, why has he got a fractured skull? So what was the cause of death? Blood loss? Head trauma? And if I hold down the touch, left button, it's some kind of psychic power. Not yet. Now, the scene's been disturbed. Was it eroded by time, or has somebody disturbed it? That not now is a clue. This game does not hold your hand, but I happen to know what's going on here. So how a detective has got the ability to assemble this scene in his head and work out and and basically contact that corpse's spirit, mind, whatever you want to call it, at the scene of death. But what we have to do is we have to reconstruct the scene as it stood at the point of death, and then we can communicate with the spirit world, as it were, and find out what happened. There are more clues here. Gasoline or diesel fuel? Was it dropped in a rush, on purpose, carelessly? How did that happen? And finally this, dried grass. This is a massive clue. Something rectangular was covering up. Was sat on these tracks covering up the grass. You see? And therefore the sun couldn't get to the grass, so it went brown. If we sort of spin round, the thing that was sat there was, of course, the rail car that we saw earlier. So, we've got to put that rail car back here. That's one of the pieces. Down here, there is another clue. A rock, a divot. So there's a hole there where a rock used to be. Where's the rock now? It's over there by a tree stump. Let's go and find the rock. That's the tree stump. There's the rock. Now if you look at the rock, see it's got blood all over it. The only way the rock could have blood all over it really is if it was used to bludgeon somebody. Remember the corpse? Talked about head injury. So we're getting more clues now. So we need to go and find that crankshaft and get this train started. So we're going to get down to the coast. Now, you remember the view? It's roughly down here somewhere. So the view was something like this. And there is a crankshaft. There it is. Or the crank, as I should say. But it's got blood in it as well. So that's another clue. Why is the blood on that? And why is it down here? After this murder, assuming it was a murder, how did that crank get down there? Somebody threw it. Somebody drove the train back up to the bridge and then threw the crank down here, which is interesting. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to that train, start it up and bring it back. So first of all, we're going to go on the outside to here. Tap, 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 tap. Yay! It works. Meanwhile, now we've got turn off. We don't want to do that. Go forward, and we can go backwards. Let's go back. Remember, we need to get the train exactly, or more or less exactly as it was at the point. The start of this guy's death. Whoa, slow down, slow down, slow down. I reckon about here somewhere. Let's have a look. Now, do you hear that scary noise? I think it needs to go forward just a touch. Just to make sure it's exactly where it needs to be before I turn the engine off. I'm going to go about there and then turn it off. Cool. Now then, let's get that rock and put the rock back where it should be. Notice the noises, the clues. So that rock was as it was before this guy died. The train is where it was just before this guy died. There's nothing else to piece back together, so let's go and communicate with the corpse and see if we can find out what happened. Okay, so now we are reassembling the events, if you like, the significant events leading up to this guy's death. Look around, these little will-o-wisp things are flying off. Here we are. It's so cool. So the first clue is this guy. The guy with the flat cap. And he's holding the crank, interestingly enough. It kind of makes it look like he just smacked him over the head with a crank. Is that what he did? Possibly. What happened just before that? Well, here he is again with the crank. And interestingly, here's the guy with no legs. So his legs were chopped off. He seems to have crawled down here. And that, we assume, is Ethan. The guy who's vanished. So what happened here then? Well, now this guy's got his legs. But obviously when he gets down there he's lost them. They get left behind here. So obviously the train runs over and cuts his legs. But he looks like he's dazed or confused. Possibly as if he's been hit over the head with a rock. Because he looks perfectly normal here. But he's got a rock. Now where did he get that rock from? You guessed it! He got it from here! There he is grabbing the rock. So this is the murderer. The filthy murderer with a flat cap. Comes up here with a rock. Smacks him over the head with it. While he's all dazed and confused. He runs him over with a train. And then hits him over the head with a crank. But what's this one? What is this one? Okay, this appears to be Ethan tied up. So who tied him up? Did that guy tie him up? Or did this guy tie him up? Now we've got to assemble the chronology. So, we've got to assign a chronology to these events. They occurred in a specific order, and we've got to get the order exact as it was. Let's try it with this one, because this is going to be 6. That's going to be the last event. His death, basically. This one is probably going to be the event before it. Now, what order did the events occur in here? That's the question. Let's assume that that was the first event. And this is probably going to occur just before that one. So that's 1, 2 and 3. He must have got the rock before he got here with the rock. So this one is probably 2. It could be 1, but I'm going to go with 2. So Ethan's tied up there. This guy grabs a rock because he doesn't like the idea of him being tied up. Comes over here and confronts him, smacks him over the head, drives over him with a train, walks over to him, kills him with a crank. Space to visualize. Let's find out if that's right.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Who's he talking about? This guy who's time. Second event, grabs a rock.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way.
He looks like an orc. Guy's a half-orc. With a flat cap. Have you seen a half-orc with a flat cap?
Tell me where Ethan is. Now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home.
The sleeper, eh? He's giving the sleeper what he wants. The man who's time. Yeah, so remember Ethan's hand wasn't properly tied, so he frees himself. He stumbled forward and gets his legs cut off.
Ethan, run, goddammit. Go! Get out of here!
So the old man is trying to protect Ethan.
Travis, close your eyes.
Oh, that'll kill him. Although I'm surprised he hadn't bled out already, to be honest. Okay, so that's those events as that spirit corpse remembers it. But wait, there's one more event. After that, something else happened. Where's that going? After that, this happened.
Grandpa? Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan,
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
I have to destroy the room, he said. And then even
Whatever
grandfather
had
wouldn't
turned
let him.
Ethan's family against him, the grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience, because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
So why is it that Ethan's immune to this hate, this sleeper, this control that's gathered, that's got his family? Grandpa resisted it, but nevertheless succumbed to it. But his father tried to kill him, tried to sacrifice Ethan to the sleeper. But Ethan spoke of a room that has to be destroyed. His grandfather said, I can't let you do that. What is this room they speak of? Okay, so further down here, disused tower. Let's have a look. Anything useful here? Nope.
No trains have been through here for a long time. That was part of a pattern. Large pieces of this country were thrown away, doomed to become, and then remain, the worst versions of themselves. Beneath all that rot, dark things grow.
Dark things being the sleeper, I assume. Okay, so here we are. This is as far as the preview let us go. But now, we can continue! Let's cross the dam. Looks like there's a town on the other side. There's a very ominous tree here. Wow. How is that even growing? It's just growing out the rock. This is so exciting. This is all brand new now, so there's no whizzing through this. A wicked view, look at that. It's beautiful. Just think that dam is holding back all that water. Those people that live down there. Okay, what have we got here? We've got a very, very spooky looking house. Okay, nice music has stopped. It's all gone quiet. Really, really creepy house. I'm gonna go this way. Because this looks like something out of Psycho. Let's see if we can get a look inside. There's something very spooky about the fact that it's just gone so quiet. I could have gone through there. I'm going to go in here, I think. What's that say? Is that a number or a... I can't actually make that out. Let's see if we can go in here. No? Is that locked? Wow, let's try not to fall down. Blimey, imagine coming out of here. Just certain death awaits. Okay. Not sure that... Oh, read. Here we go. Crikey, can I not? I can't even read that. Let me just shout it. Move it over to the window. Good God. Space for the text. Oh, yeah. Invoke the bonus one, the one of voids, destroyer of ships, and he who is feared by the winds. Hear me. Great Minister Facalor, I wish to make a pact with you to confound my enemies and protect my possessions. Use the doors of confusion to cloud their judgment. Seal the path with falsity and guile, and permit only those who can discern every true interior to pass. Aglon, Tetragram. What is this guy talking about? Weichon, Stalamation. I can't even read the rest of that. It just goes off into rubbish. Sabaloth Adonai, say something. Looks Latin, maybe. Amen. Amen indeed. Okay. So... Ooh. That wasn't there before. Before we go in there, what's in here? Anything? Oh, this place has an upstairs. This has an upstairs with another portal-y thing. Oh, look at that cement. Yay! Nice view. Let's go and do some scary stuff. Is this stepping back in time, do we think? Okay. That's kind of blocked my way back. Now I've got two possible doors here. Wow, how many... Seriously, how many doorways are there? Any more clues lying around? Let's go up here. Let's go right into the top, into the attic. Wait a sec. Swap. What do you mean swap? Oh. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second, isn't... That's impressive. That is impressive. We've got a weird portal system going on. Let's have a look in here. Lots of weird books. Can't read any of them. That's some freaky music going on. Okay, we kind of run out of blue portals. So I can go through there, or go in there. Through that one. Ooh. Okay. That was the ground floor start, I believe. So I can't swap for now. That's also the ground floor start. Ah. Do I have to do that again? Okay, so whatever it was, it's some kind of puzzle system going on and I have to walk through the right doorways, I think. That's new. Let's go in there. Let's try this again. Have we been in there? Don't believe we have. Nope, that's not the right pattern. Permits only those who can discern every true interior to pass. Okay. So what does a true interior look like, I wonder? That's a true interior. What makes it a true interior? I'm not exactly sure. We can see it's kind of a room in the house, I guess. So what room would go here? That couldn't really go there, I don't think, because the front wouldn't be there. So that would be there. Or possibly that. So the question is, what does the house shape look like? If it's that, where would that go? It's probably that. Yeah. So we're reassembling the room, or the rooms of the house. Would that be like that? Could possibly be like that. This feels like a small place. How was this house? I reckon that. Okay, so we've got that right so far. So basically, this was like a kitchen area. This went off to a little sideboard thing. This up here. I'm not sure what this was. This. Now what was this? Couldn't really be the room through there, could it? Because that wouldn't make any sense. So it's either that one or that one. I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah. Music's getting spooky. Okay, so that's the ground floor reassembled. So when we go up here, what would this look like? That could be that? Pretty certain it's not that. Or that. I reckon it's that. Yep. Okay, so that looks like that. Which brings us through to this one, which could be a staircase down. Feels more like that one. But it could be that one as well. No, it can't be that one. I'm going to go with that one. Cool. So far, so good. Now, is that another staircase up? Let's just go around here. Yep, there's a staircase up. Like that. So we've almost got this floor done. Now then, the question is, if only you could see outside the house right now. Let's go upstairs and see if we can do the upstairs bit first. So this is the massive attic. So which would be the interior here, I wonder? I don't think it's going to be that one. That doesn't feel right. Depends how big that house goes down that way, doesn't it? I suppose if it went all the way down there... How far does it go from here? Well, it does go quite a way that way. Which means it could go quite a way this way. It could drop down, but I don't think it does. Didn't we have that earlier? That can't be right. It can't be the rafters. It's got to be that. Yep. It's got to be that. Now then. Is it that one? Is it that one? I reckon that one. Yep. There we go. So what is here now? Crikey. 1 foot wrong, that's the problem. 1 foot wrong. It's all going to undo. I have to reassemble it all again. This is some piece of detective work going on here. Could be any of those two. Can it be that one? It can be that one because it does go quite a way. Looking at the attic line, it could definitely carry on. Yep. This is actually a way bigger house than I originally thought. There's a huge amount of loft space. So we've done all that. Done that. So the question is, does the house end there? That wall ends there, so feasibly that wall could end there. Or does it carry on? Or is it another big room? It can't be a big room because that can't fit there, can it? It just can't be. It could be a little room. Or it could carry on, but if it carried on... Little room seems like a best bet. Whoa! Hello! Holy! We did it! Jeez, that was tricky. What's all this stuff on the wall? Somebody's been messing about with the dark arts, Harry. Candles. This is so cool. What does this do? A magician once lived inside an big old house and made potions that let him see the future. People from the village came to the magician's house and, crossed out, says they want something to demanded he share his potions with them. We want to see the future too, they told him. But the mage, crossed out, no, sorry, does that say mage? Yeah, magician said no. The people from the village grew angry and burned the magician's house, but the magician knew this would happen. He had already cast a spell on his potion room. The house burned, but the room did not. The people from the valley waited, but the magician never came out. Ooh.
Why are you standing there? You spying?
No?
No, huh? What the hell's wrong with you exactly?
Nothing.
You need to stop leaving your stupid stories around. They're freaking everyone out.
Lots of little notes lying around. Ethan's stories, I assume. Blaze reveals moonshine operation. Volunteer firefighters discovered an apparent moonshine still while battling a blaze in the woods. According to the authorities, the still comprised a propane stove and 4-gallon stainless steel pot, which was used to hold the whiskey mash. Based on the size of the still, Bayfield County Sheriff Hank Schafel believes it may be part of a small operation, though he admitted there could be other stills in the county. Officers on the scene recovered a half-gallon of apple pie moonshine and 1 gallon of unflavoured moonshine. Apple cider and cinnamon sticks were also found adjacent to the still. Police have been able to identify who owns the still. Sheriff Schafel said a cigarette butt tossed in the scene likely caused the fire. Interesting. Crikey. A magician once lived inside a big old house and made potions. It's that one again. That is still here. So we kind of saw what it looked like before. And what it looks like now. So we got a bit of a flashback, didn't we? Anything else to do up here? Nope. Let's go down the windy staircase. It's kind of weird because this house looks nothing like that now. Kind of feels like that house over there.